that. Excellent. Okay, so that is the recording started. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming along today. I know that everyone is so busy, and it's so cold here in Scotland just now that the thought of having to take off like my cozy hoodie was not one that filled me with joy. But I appreciate you coming along just to find out a little bit more about the program. Don't worry if you haven't engaged with any of our materials as of yet, there's still time. We won't be announcing the pairings today, but they'll be out within the next couple of weeks. So you'll have time before Christmas if you want to connect, but there's no obligation to do that as the first meetings aren't until January. So a reintroduction, or an introduction in case you don't know who I am. So my name's Kat Collier. I'm the education coordinator here at Equal Engineers. I'm also in charge of the Scottish projects, being from Scotland myself. My accent's a little bit all over the place because I was originally born in Dundee, but then moved around a lot, and my dad was in the RAF. So I spent quite a lot of my years in the northeast, in a place called Lossiemouth, if you've ever been. Beautiful place. But I'm here today to talk to you about the Pathways program, and just a little bit about our onboarding process. So to get started, it's good to know who Equal Engineers are. We are a micro business, so we have less than 10 employees, and we are just trying to make engineering as inclusive, as diverse as possible. We really believe that with diversity and with inclusion, everyone's work life can be better. So we were founded in 2017 by Mark McBride White. He started an LGBTQIA plus cross-sector network group called Inter-Engineering, and then from that led to the creation of Equal Engineers. The rest of our leadership team, we've got Stuart Eyes, who is our education and training manager. He used to be a deacon at a university in Wales. We've got Poggy Murray Whitman, who is our program manager. He knows everyone and everything. Sorry. And we've got Fayon Dixon, our engagement manager. She's fabulous. You will get to meet Fayon at some point. She'll be doing one of the sessions coming up, and she's just absolutely wonderful. Outside of that, we have Luigi, who is our man in the background quite often. He's busy today, so he couldn't make it, but he's the one who you'll get quite a lot of messages from. We have Annabelle, our learning and education developer. Annabelle is lovely, gorgeous human. She is based down in Bristol, so you probably won't have too much interaction with her. I'll skip me and I'll go to Elio. Elio is our digital media lead. He is the one who makes all our wonderful graphics and is really the glue that sort of holds us all together. And then you have me, the Scottish person up in Edinburgh, and who you will probably have the most contact with. So, as I said, we are a company that is focused towards making engineering more diverse, making it more equal, making it more inclusive. And we've been doing this since 2017. We really value our Pathways program. And we've run a couple of different ones across England, and you are our second cohort of Scottish Pathways program. We want to attract and develop and retain talent in engineering. There's quite a lot of people that will start in engineering and then will leave and they'll go and do other things, which of course is fine. But we really want to keep talent local and we want to keep talent in the workforce. So our Scotland Pathways program is all about trying to let Scottish companies access the best Scottish talent. And that's why you are all here. Now, a little bit about us in numbers. So we've got over 20 university partners. We have trained over 6,000 engineers, so we do know what we're doing. We've worked with over 80 companies. We've had over 5,000 people attend our events. We've had over 500 mentees. in our time doing Pathways program, and we've delivered over 4,000 hours of training. So for a quite small team that was smaller at the start of this year, this is huge. We have also got a number of cross-sector networks, which I'll talk a little bit more about at the end. But they are open, they're completely free. You can get involved with them as much or as little as you want. Also had over 1 million impressions on LinkedIn, and we're looking at ways in which we can expand our social media presence. So the Scotland Pathways programme, what you are here today to find out about, it was, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. It's in partnership, I was going to say, with HCI Skills Gateway, so the Housing Construction and Infrastructure Skills Gateway, based at Edinburgh Napier. They have been such a wonderful partner to work with, and we're really grateful for all the support that they have given us on our Pathways programme. So it's mainly focused for Edinburgh and the Southeast, but we're looking at expanding that a little bit. And the purpose is to reduce the inequalities in the region. All right, we want to mentor the engineers of the future. Quite a lot of you here are in engineering already, and you were signed up as mentors, and some of you are the mentees. You are the engineers of the future. Now, the program itself will go from now till about May, June time. We are still waiting on confirmation for that final in-person event that we'll be doing. But today, our onboarding, and then there's nothing official until January. Now, we are busy behind the scenes doing our matching, making sure that we're trying to meet the needs of both mentor and mentee and not to overwhelm. Right, we want it to be a seamless transaction from you completing the onboarding course into going and starting that relationship with your mentee or your mentor. So the first official meeting to be held between mentor and mentee is in January. When in January is completely up to you. We recommend that you work together to find out what best works for you. There are a lot of busy people on this call. There are a lot of busy people everywhere. So be considerate of each other, and really try to work to each other's strengths. If it's going to be better to have a set hour every single month, then please do that. If you are going to benefit from more ad hoc sort of messages here and there, that's also completely fine. You have to find what works for you, and what works for you as a pair will be different to what works for another pair. So don't worry about sort of comparing or anything like that. Do what is right for you. The thing that we do want you to do, though, is attend the community meeting on the 22nd of January. So make sure that you put a block in your diary for that day. It'll be around the same time, so about 12:30. And then on the 29th of January, we have a mentors only session. So the community meetings, they are an opportunity for you to all gather as a group. There'll be discussions that we can have, there'll be guest speakers, there'll be lots of different things that we do in those community meetings. Whereas our mentor only sessions are, funnily enough, only for our mentors. And that's for them to come to us and speak to one another to identify if there's been any issues, if there's anything that they're not so happy about, or to celebrate successes. I think we're so used to, just in general, as engineers, as people in STEM, we are so used to identifying problems and looking to fix them that we sometimes forget to identify successes. So we want to use these meetings, this time, to talk about the things that go well also. February is for you, again, as I said for January, if it's a month-to-month situation, sorry, if it's an hour every single month that you have a set day, that's completely fine. If it's ad hoc, just make sure it works for you. Our next community meeting is on the 5th of March. So that will be another time for us all to get together. And then we've got our mentor only session on the 12th of March. And then April will be sort of your last official mentor-mentee meeting. In May/June, it's likely going to be the end of May. We're just waiting on confirmation. We are going to meet up all in person at Edinburgh Napier, and we are going to celebrate our accomplishments, everything that we've achieved together across the time. There'll be breakout rooms, there'll be discussions, there'll be speakers, we'll probably do a panel, there'll be a nice dinner, there'll be some entertainment. So it's a real celebration at the end of our sort of time together where we can meet up and we can discuss all things equality in engineering. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. We're in the process of getting that organized. If any of you know anyone who is good at entertainment, let me know because I think the entertainment I choose might not be to everybody's taste. So open to suggestions for that. But yeah, we got an exciting time, a couple, only what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 months that we'll be working together. But we'll see how that then progresses. And I know of mentor and mentee pairs that are still in communication. So wonderful that those relationships are being fostered. Now, our outcomes, what we want to achieve through our Pathways program, it's a lot of things, but it can be summarized as these three. So the first, we want to connect a diverse range of students and academics to share experiences and to learn from each other. It's very easy as students, as mentees, to think that you have nothing to offer. You've got little that you can sort of suggest to your mentor. It's not the case. Everyone has experiences and thoughts and opinions and values that are important to share. So you learn from each other. It is a pairing, it is a relationship, it isn't just one-sided. Second is to help our mentees develop these key learning skills for their future careers. So we're not focusing on the technical aspect, although if you delve into that in your pairings, that's completely fine. Our focus from Eco Engineer side is to work on these soft skills, these skills that are inherent in the workplace that you need time to develop. The sort of skills that people just assume that you are going to have. Be that CV writing, interview skills, resilience, confidence, public speaking, whatever it is that you identify as something that's going to benefit you is something that you can bring forward in your mentoring relationship. And then the third thing is to hear from experienced professionals from the engineering community. The mentor group that we have got is fabulous. We have people from all different points of their career. We have some people who have been working for the same company for over 20 years, and they've got valuable insights that they are willing to share. We also have people who are somewhat new, their classes' early careers in engineering, but they have experience that is important to share also. Um, it's not less or more valid than anyone else. So you all have experiences that are worth sharing and using to help each other. Now, our mentors and our mentees, there are different things that you have to consider in this relationship. Give me a second. Just go take a drink of water. So, our mentors, for those of you who are here, when we talk about these attributes, it might be that there might be sort of areas for improvement in this, but that's why we do things like this. We're all on a learning journey together. The top mentor attributes would be to be curious and to actively listen. Now, active listening is different to just listening because you're wanting to pick up on what feelings they're trying to convey at the same time. So actively listen to your mentee, and see if there's routes in which you can clarify a point or challenge. Mentoring relationships can be difficult because there is an inherent challenge that will happen at points. Know, everyone, that it doesn't come from a bad place. This challenge is, and it's not, no one's going to sort of yell at you or scream at you or anything like that. Absolutely not. It's challenge in a way of challenging any preconceived ideas that you might already have about what your future career might look like, and challenging so that you can think about it a bit more critically. Mentors also share personal stories, personal insights. Your experiences are valid and important and are worth sharing. Offer advice and support and encourage and check in. Now, these seem like fairly, I don't want to say simple things because they're not simple, but if mentoring was a simple thing to do, then everybody would do it. Right? But it's just things to be aware of as you progress through your journey, just to make sure that you are listening, that you're clarifying, that you're offering that advice and that support. Mentees, mentees in this program, the main driving force for that connection has to come from you. The mentors are in the workplace, they are completely swamped. They are so, so busy. So, mentees, it's up to you to sort of own that relationship, to plan it, and to set the direction for where you want to go. If you go into your mentor meetings, if you go into meetings with your mentor, sorry, I should say, and you're not sure what direction you want to go or what you want from that mentoring opportunity, then the mentor isn't going to be able to clarify and to challenge and to offer advice and support. So you need to guide that conversation. And that can be tricky. That can be a difficult thing to do. And that's why we've got resources available for you to use to sort of set that direction for yourself. Do not be afraid to seek advice and guidance. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. We want you as mentees to get as much out of this as you can possibly get. We want you to ask for advice and for guidance, and never worry that it's not something that you should be asking for advice for. For instance, if you're unsure on how best to form an email, well, then ask. That's what your mentor's there for. They're meant to help you. They are mentoring you and coaching you through this. As mentees, make sure that you challenge yourself. And quite a lot of this process and this sort of self-reflection that you'll be doing will be challenging. Self-reflection and evaluating how you are coping is a difficult thing to do. So don't worry if you're struggling at any point. You can speak to your mentor, you can speak to us at the Equal Engineers team, and we're here to support you in that. And then the last thing, practice reflective learning. I've used that term reflection already. Being reflective and practicing reflective learning, being a reflective practitioner is tricky, yes, but it is definitely doable. There are certain things that you can do to help in that process. One, you have to push your ego to the side. You are going to have to reflect on how you present, how you act, how you talk, and any advice that you're given, as I said earlier, it's not coming from a negative place. It's all going to be coming from a place of support and a place of caring. Um, and be truthful to yourself in if you get any advice. Be truthful, really think about it. You have to actively listen to that as well and think, right, this is what I'm doing now. This is the advice that I've been given. How can I change what it is that I'm doing to take that advice on? Now, to help you in especially the start of your sort of journey together, we've got different events and activities. So you should all have access now to the onboarding sessions. Um, there's an introduction by me in there, but there's also quite a lot from our founder, Mark Whitbread, as you can see in that lovely still there. It's probably not his best still that I have ever seen, but we just won't have. So make your way through the onboarding session. It will be incredibly useful. It goes through what we expect and where you can find everything. On the onboarding session as well, you'll come across the workbook. I'll talk more about that in a second, but that's where you're going to find most of your resources. We have our community meetings, which I've already mentioned, an opportunity for us all to get together to share insights, information, successes, worries, and we'll try and make sure that they are as active and interactive as possible. We got our mentor only sessions. Again, sort of mentioned them before. It's the opportunity for the mentors to come together. And then we have our Equality in Engineering conference at the end. So looking end of May, I understand that some people after the May exams might be going off abroad, going home. So we try to make that as close to the end of the academic year as we can. But that's a chance for us all to get together and to celebrate and to have some fun. The resources, we've got our onboarding course, as I've already said, that is on our platform. If you have any issues accessing that, let us know and we'll do everything that we can to fix that as quickly as possible. You can message myself or you can message just the outreach team. On the onboarding course, you'll find our workbook. The workbook is perfect for the start of your journey together because it really directs you, if you're unsure, it really directs you into the sort of conversations that are going to be useful. So if you don't have something in your mind that you want to focus on straight away with your mentor after they've been sort of announced, read through the workbook and use that to frame your conversations. That's what it's there for, that's what it's designed for. If you come to us, if there's an issue with the relationship between mentor and mentee, I will tell you now, one of the first questions I will ask is, are you using the workbook? All right, so it is there to help and support. So make sure that you are using it. And you should also have access now to our mentoring platform. This is where you'll be matched up, so you'll be able to communicate on there, but you can also go on to other forms of communication if that is going to be better for you. So there's quite a lot there to support. And as I said, we are here at all points as well. So the first thing, if you have not completed the onboarding course, make sure that you complete it. There is a couple of videos for you to watch, but they're quite short. You don't have to do it all in one sitting, it will save, but make sure that you go through that. If you have not received that link, which should have been sent out by Luigi, make sure that you drop us a message. You can either drop it into the chat just now and then I can follow up, or I will pop my email into the chat and you can send me a message directly. I had one earlier on today from someone, so I will chase it up as quickly as possible. There we go. Pop my email in the chat. So that's the first thing to get done. Make sure that you get that completed because it really, that coupled with all the things that I'm saying just now, really helps cement everything together that we're doing. Next, make sure you download the mentoring workbook. It will give you the guidelines that you need to succeed. I've already said this, but have a look through. Perfect, no worries. Thank you for coming along. Have a look through the workbook before you can even look at it before you get matched. It will just help with that sort of direction. Mentees in particular, it will really help you in sort of setting your path for your journey to success. and we've got our mentoring platform. So again, you can use this. It is there for you to use. It's got a messaging function. There are video functions that you can have, so you can have sort of live interactions. You can set goals together using different frameworks. It's up to you which one you prefer. I forget what SWOT is off the top of my head. I tend to use SMART goals myself, but work whatever it is to you. Even if the goals are just, I want to do this, this is how I want this to progress, that's completely fine. And as I said, if you want to change from using the mentoring platform to something that's maybe a bit more personal, please feel free to share contact details. You do not have to, so don't feel pressured to sort of share your personal mobile number or anything like that. If you're not comfortable with it, do not do it. You've got to find what works for both of you. Now, before I open up the floor to questions, I realize that I have been speaking nonstop for half an hour. I wanted to highlight some of our networks that we have at Equal Engineers. These are completely free, and we have seven. I don't know why it says five there, but we have seven. We've got seven cross-sector networks. And these networks are for like-minded people in the engineering workforce to get together to discuss things that are important to them and how we can then work together to make things better. There are also opportunities for different sessions, different speakers, so it's worth keeping an eye on. There's loads more information about this on our website and on LinkedIn. But we've got our seven different. We just this week launched our men's network and our women's network. So they've got more of just overview about the different challenges that there are in engineering for men and for women. Because everybody's got a diversity story. Even if someone was to fall into the quote unquote sort of stereotypical engineer, that doesn't mean that they've not had barriers. That doesn't mean that there are things in the workplace that they don't want to make better. And so it's important to hear those voices as well. We also have Disability Network and a Neurodiversity Network. There is obviously a little bit of crossover across those two. Our Disability Network is proudly sponsored by Rolls-Royce SMR. They have been a fantastic support of everything Equal Engineers. We've got our menopause network called the Fan Club, which, if anyone has ever met anyone who is menopausal, calling it the Fan Club is apt and accurate. We have our REACH network, our Race, Ethnicity and Cultural Heritage network. That's run by two wonderful people, Tyler and Ash. Ash has actually worked at GE Aerospace in sort of Prestwick for a very long time. Try and get Ash involved in this because he's just a gorgeous person. We got our Inter-Engineering, which is our LGBTQ plus network, open to anyone who identifies under the rainbow banner, and to allies as well. Allies are important in every sort of aspect of the work that we do. So these are, as I said, completely free. They are open to everyone. You do not need to be a practicing engineer yet. So if you're a student and you want to find out more about these, you're more than welcome. For the end of this year, we've only got two events left. So we've got an event from our Menopause Network on the 2nd of December, counting down to Christmas, how to shed a heavy workload. And we've got a speaker at that event. And we've also got our second event from our new disability network. So the challenges of disability in the workplace. And they're both on Zoom, they're both online. The fan club is not recorded. Whatever you say at fan club stays at fan club, very similar to Fight Club, if any of you are old enough to remember Fight Club. But the disability network one will be recorded. So, in summary, Your pairs will be announced soon. Over the next couple of weeks, I am working on pairing people up, trying to make sure that I'm matching needs. So thank you so much for being so thorough in your questionnaires. Complete the onboarding course, complete your profile on the mentoring platform so we can then get you paired up with your mentor slash your mentee. Keep in touch to maintain that professional relationship. Don't feel like you have to do anything crazy. Just sending a first message of, hi, I'm your mentee, or hi, I'm your mentor. It's a really good way to start. The beginning of relationships like this are probably the most awkward because you are being paired with someone who you don't know, but keep in touch. Even a message in December is completely fine. And then in the future, please make sure that you attend all the community meetings for insights, for learnings, for discussions, for sharing experiences. They are really, really useful. I will say that all the meetings are recorded. So if you do miss one, it's not the end of the world. But obviously, watching a recording is not the same as actually taking part. So if you can, please make sure that you come along. And that is me. I apologize for talking so much. I do like a natter. And I will open the floor to any questions. You can say them out loud, you can type them in the box. Completely up to you.
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Ross. How's it going?
Not bad. How are you?
Oh, cold. Too cold.
No worries. Just got a couple of questions, if that's okay. When do you need the onboarding course and the profile completed by?
If you could complete it by the end of November,
Okay,
that would be best for us.
no worries. And where can you get the workbook?
It's on the onboarding course.
Oh,
So
okay,
there'll
okay.
be a download that you can click onto on the onboarding course itself, and then it will just download onto your computer.
Question there probably tells you I haven't started that yet. um,
That is completely fine. Do not worry.
uh, and the in-person kind of conference event, is it a full day you're expecting, or is it
It'll be half day.
half day? No worries.
It'll start later on, probably 2-ish.
Hmm.
And then it will end 7, 8. So it'll go a little bit later than the work day, but we will make sure that you're fed and watered. However you take your water.
Still. Um, no, that's great. Thank you. Thank you.
No worries.
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Gregor. How's it going?
Good. Thank you for that, by the way.
No, very welcome.
I was just wondering, I obviously took part in this last year.
Mhm.
I've not received a link for the onboarding. Would my onboarding from last year still be relevant for this one, or would it be recommended that I do this again?
Um, it's still relevant. The only thing that's really changed are the dates. And there's a little bit of input from me rather than from Theo. But outside of that, the sort of structure hasn't changed. So I wouldn't worry too much.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Any other questions, thoughts, comments?
Hi, Kat.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks.
What can
Kat,
I help you with?
actually, I'm a student in Harriet Watt University,
Mhm.
and I my exam is going to come in the next 2 weeks. So
Oh
it's really
no.
difficult to do onboarding.
Obviously, exams come first. All right, so do not worry about completing it by the end of the month. Focus on your exams, and then you can complete it after.
Okay, thank you.
No worries at all. I'll put a wee note that obviously December exams are a thing. No worries. If there are no other questions, please feel free to head off. Thank you so much for your time today. No worries, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time and for listening. And I will get the recording sent out so you can catch up if need be at any point.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you, Kat.
No, thank you. Thank you for coming
Have a
along.
nice day.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Bye.
you too. Bye, everyone. I hope it gets warmer.
Thank you, cats.
Thank you. And stop recording.